Good morning, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. Welcome back to another video. If you're liking the content, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm a bit tied up for time today. I kind of want to be in two places at once. So, where do I start? I'll tell you the Qashqai story to start with. So as you know, I sold the Qashqai from a previous video. I sold the automatic, the big black Qashqai. Within an hour of them getting home, an engine management light came on. So they drove it home. We had a good test. I've never had an issue with that car. I've serviced it, MOT'd it. I've run it around. I've not had an engine management light on it. It's one of them cars where I sold it and I thought, great, that's a nice, easy sell. So they had a really good 20-minute test drive on a dual carriageway. Drove it home about 20 miles from Wakefield to Barnsley. Like I said, within the hour, I got a text message saying, just got home, engine management lights come on. Really nice people, like not shouting and bawling about it, not panicking about it. Just straight away said, really sorry to hear that. Sit tight, I'll come straight away. So I went straight to the house with a code reader. Got the code reader plugged in, which thankfully came back to a code relating to an O2 sensor. So not too big of a problem. They drove home, it didn't come on. They then filled up with diesel at a supermarket petrol station and then drove about another 3 or 4 miles, and that's when the light came on. So it only came on after they filled up with fuel. I did say to him straight away, you've not put petrol in, have you? Because he did trade a petrol car in, and that's a diesel. No, we've not put petrol in. I have advised them since not to use supermarket fuel. I don't use supermarket. I've had diesel cars for 15, 20 years. And my Mondeo ran like rubbish on supermarket fuel. I've always used a branded fuel. I'm not saying that's caused a problem, but I think it's just been stood, to be honest. I think it was really low on fuel when we went on the test drive. It had like 30 miles in the tank, which you shouldn't run it down to a low tank. But we did call at a petrol station on the test drive and I did put £20 in. So it could be the old fuel coming through. The car's been stood, it's not been getting used. The lady I bought it off, she sold it because she wasn't using it. I think she's used it sort of on small local journeys. So I've said it might just be that it's been stood and that's the first good run it's had. And it might be the old fuel coming through. Either way, I erased the code when I went, said to them it will come back on. I said that's not fixed the problem. He drove it about another 25 miles and it came back on. Me and Rich went over last night, so they picked it up on the Saturday at 2 o'clock. Well, I got home about 3 o'clock. No, but they left here at about 3 o'clock. We got home at 4 o'clock. I got to them at 5 o'clock with the code reader. Me and Rich agreed to go over on the Monday because the difficulty is automatic. If it were manual, I could have given my old Mondeo, which is taxed. I use that as a courtesy car. Because he can't drive a manual, I couldn't give him a courtesy car. So I'm trying to avoid the car coming back so that they're not without a car. I could give him his old Corsa back that he's traded in to run around in. That might be what needs to happen if anything further happens. But it just means taxing the Corsa then, and he'll have to add it back to his insurance. So to save him doing all that, I'm trying to fix it over at their address. Me and Rich went over last night and we've replaced the O2 sensor. So touch wood, I'm hoping that's the end of the issue, but wait and see. Yeah, I did wait at his address last night. I said to him, take it for a good spin. He took it for about 10 miles and he came back and it hadn't come on, but he thinks it's usually about every 25 miles. So all we can do is wait and see. I'm just hoping that's fixed it. So yeah, I'm wanting to be in two places at once today. So I came down last night. This is another kind of spin-off. So that Qashqai and the Volvo V40 that I've got, both came from... Sorry, my screen's just gone off. So that Qashqai and the Volvo V40 both come from the same family. Qashqai from my mum, Volvo V40 from my daughter. I've had problems with both cars. I gave them both top prices for the cars on the basis that they were good cars. The Qashqai's obviously got home with an engine management light on. I don't believe that family hasn't had that problem before. I think they've traded it into me because of that problem. All it's done is 3 miles from their house down to my pitch. I've had it serviced and MOT, then we've had the test drive, then they've drove it home and the engine management lights come on. Seems too coincidental to me that they didn't know about that problem. Then the V40, I left that idling on the pitch for about 20 minutes while I was moving cars around. Went back to that. That had an engine management light on. Came back to an injector in bank 3. So that was back down at the garage yesterday. So I've had the injector changed. We've cleaned all the engine down, changed the injector. I took that on a good 10-mile run yesterday down the motorway. Again, touch wood, that seems okay now. Engine management lights back off. So it's a bit annoying that 2 cars from that same family, who have come from friends of friends and they're a very nice family, 2 cars have both had engine management light problems. Yeah, I feel a little bit hard done by. I think they knew about those problems, to be fair. But that's the game, isn't it? That's the game. That's what people think it's okay to do. And then last night, so I picked the V40 up from the garage, dropped that back off here last night, quickly came in, swapped some keys around, and somebody drove in, and I thought, they're coming to look at a car. You get to know people who do come in and out, and they just didn't look, I'd not seen them before. Sure enough, he parks up, jumps out, goes over, him and my daughter go over to the Volkswagen Up. I just jumped in my car and turned the engine on, so I said, "Hi, everything all right?" "Oh yeah, I've just come down to look at this." He said, "Second time I've been now." So this is I'm having a rant, I'm going to have a rant. This is my gripe at the moment, is that, as you guys are, I'm not always here. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you think I should be here sat waiting for people to turn up, but all my adverts say on them, viewing strictly by appointment only, for 2 reasons. 1, I'm not here. 2, it gives me time to get the cars prepped and ready. As you know, when people come to look at the cars, I like them to be showroom condition or as good as can be. I like them to be shampooed, waxed, smelling nice, looking nice, tyre shined. No point coming to look at mucky cars. You're spending a lot of money. My analogy is, you wouldn't turn up to take a girl out for a date without letting her know you were coming. She needs some time to get ready. So it's really grinding me at the minute. But as you know, sales have been really poor. But I do think I'm missing out on a lot of sales because I'm not here. But then it does say on all my ads, viewing strictly by appointment only. So I've done it, hands up, I've done it when before I was in my trade. I'd see cars, and I'd drive to the garage because I'd want to scout the garage out first. Is this somewhere I'm going to buy from? Is it somewhere I trust? Then there are garages I've drove away from. So I get it. But you're just not going to get the best experience coming to look at mucky cars. It's very hard to sell a mucky car. Gives me a chance to have the paperwork ready and just make sure that I'm not always here. So sometimes I'm at work, sometimes I'm helping out with kids, sometimes I'm helping out with mum and dad or whatever. Interestingly, Will from Cars on My Drive, I've noticed his adverts, he only has his phone number on, so you can't actually email him, you can only ring him. But again, when you're trading from home, that's not a problem. People have to ring you to get your address. Whereas because I've got the website, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Company's House, my address is on there. So people are just turning up. So yeah, I caught this guy yesterday, Volkswagen Up. So I says, yeah, I had to be at Barnsley to go change the O2 sensor on the Qashqai. So I didn't have time to take him out straight away, but I said, oh, I've got 5 minutes. I said, I'll pull it out for you, have a spin around car park, I'll show you paperwork. I said, it's not been valeted yet, because I'd had a little bit of paint done on it, so my paint man didn't want me to valet it until after he'd done the paint, so that's what I'm going to do now. But I said, it's 2 keys, 1 owner, full history. The bodywork's immaculate, there's no dents, there's no major scratches, cam belt's been done, and it's at Auto Trader, good price. He did say he's with a little bit on price. I said, look, the car's at Auto Trader, good price, but I'm not going to lose sale. I said, I can't knock you 500 quid off, but I'm not going to lose a sale for the sake of 100 quid or whatever. So I've booked him in tomorrow. He's supposed to be coming Wednesday 4 o'clock. I did say, I've made a bit of a schoolboy error. I gave him my card with my number on. I said, I'll see you Wednesday at 4. He did say he's got a couple more to go see, which is always annoying when you've got the perfect car there for him. That's what he wants for wanting up. It's got service history. It's had the cam belt done, 2 keys. It's been serviced twice in the last 6 months. MOT twice in the last 6 months because I've sold it twice. So why you have to go look at more, I don't know, but fair enough. So I've made a bit of a schoolboy error, but I give him my cards. I said, I'll see you Wednesday at 4 o'clock. If you're not going to come, please let me know. I said, it takes me 4 hours to get the car ready for you. Please let me know if you're not going to come. I should have took his number at that point, because today I've unexpectedly got the day off. I didn't expect to be off today. Long story short, wife got took into hospital last night with chest pain. She didn't get home well 6 o'clock this morning. I was supposed to be at work at 5 o'clock, so I had to ring work. They've given me some compassionate leave today, so that I could sort kids out for school and stuff this morning. So if I'd have had the guy's number, I could have rung him today and said, look, I can get you in today. Do you want to come see the car today? On the way here, I've driven past another garage just round the corner. At the front, blue Volkswagen Up with a sold sign in. Me putting 2 and 2 together, I'm thinking that's the cheaper one. I think they had that up at 3.5. It was a 3-door basic model, similar miles I think, but it was 3.5. Now I'm thinking they've gone straight for me. They've ran to there, they've put a deposit on that one last night. So today I really want to go to the car auction, which I'm not going to make it. It's 11 o'clock now, car auction's at 1 o'clock. I've got to get this Volkswagen Up ready in case they do come tomorrow, but I wish I had his number, because if I had his number I could have rung him and said, yeah, you've bought that one, fair enough, and I'd have gone to auction. Good evening, sports fans. Just picked up a new car, a new bus, so I thought I'd show you around this one. I think it's actually, well, I'm hoping it's actually a good one for a change. What time is it? 7:30. 7:30 on Tuesday night. Still picking cars up. So yeah, as a favour, not had as a favour before. A friend of my brother's got in touch. He's a very good valeter in the Wakefield area, really well known valeter. Got in touch saying, are you interested in this? I said yeah. I made him a bid on it. It came up at 1,200 quid on We Buy Any Car, so I bid 1,200 quid. I said, look, if it's as good as you say it is, I'll give you the full 1,200 quid. As you guys all know, if you take it down to We Buy Any Car, they'll knock it down, probably 800 quid, something like that. So he's a valeter. This is his customer's dad's car. So he's picked this up for a customer who wanted it valeting to sell because his dad had passed away. So it's come from a deceased estate. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll valet it for you, I'll put an MOT on it for you, and I'll sell it. So that's what he's done. He's put 12 months test on it today. He's valeted the outside. Inside just needs a hoover and
and all the plastic's wiping down, so as you can see it's a bit mucky in there, plastics and stuff, but it's not smelly or anything. The seats are nice and clean, they'll wipe down okay, it's not hanging. 1.6 petrol, decent mileage, only 74,000 on it. Nice condition, bodywork's really nice in black. These are wheel trims these, but a few little scuffs and marks on wheel trims. Most people think they're alloys, but they're not, the trims. But I'm not going to bother cleaning them up. He's put new reg plates on because the old reg plates were really scruffy. You can see he's waxed it, you know, it's beading really nice. We have just had a bit of heavy rain, but touch wood, should just be a wash and sell. So it should be quite a good seller with the 7-seater, and it's not your typical scruffy abused one. Huge boot. Got a set of original mats that is shampooed today, he's cleaned all them. That's the test, so tested till 2nd of June 26, and service, loads of service history.
I've got the hamburger.
What's that one? 2012 at 10,000 miles. So Vauxhall, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I thought these are chain, but they mustn't be. They've ticked tooth belt there, so I'm assuming the cam belt's been done at 60,000 miles. Toothed belt. (20, 22, 23, 24 at 73,000, so July 24 at 73,000 miles. And then we've just got stacks of receipts and paperwork, invoices. I've not managed to look through that yet, but plenty of service history there. It's all been done by a good local garage. So we've got mats, set of mats underneath with another, so we've got a rubber boot mat with a fabric boot mat. Got the extra 2 seats under there. So that's it, should be a nice little seller, that, I think. I'm going to put it on, I was talking to Will about it tonight. Auto Trader retails it at 2893, so I don't know, I don't need to put it at 2995 and accept offers, or if to 2695 it, 2795 and just let it go quick. I might 2795 it and let somebody take it. Like I say, it is a good one, been well looked after. Most of it are abused, battered family buses, aren't they, but this one's been looked after. Nice in the colour, drive spot on, so nice easy one for me. The only problem I've got is I don't know where I'm going to put it. I've no space. What have I got? 1, 2, 3 that are kind of out of action, 4 that Corsa that needs doing. So I've got 4 not for sale, that's my courtesy car. Them 2 I haven't decided what I'm doing with yet. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for sale. 7 for sale. So that's 12, and I pay for 10 spaces. And this is 13. So yeah, Not too sure where I'm going to put it at the minute, but I shall find somewhere, no doubt. Right, that's the Up that I'd washed today. Took some really good new photographs of that, and a new good walk round video, so I've re-advertised that today with new photographs. Started filtering them again as well, so I'd stopped filtering them, and must admit it looked really good with the filter on, so hopefully we'll get some interest on that if the guy who's supposed to come tomorrow doesn't come. And like I say, I'm still not sure if he's going to come or not. Okay, right, let me find somewhere to put the new bus, and I'll catch you soon. Good evening, we're on Wednesday evening. We just had the test drive on the Volkswagen Up. This is the one, I didn't expect him turning up, to be honest. I was just on phone to Will, it was 4:15, he was booked in at 4 o'clock, and I didn't think he would come in. This is the one where I made the schoolboy error and didn't get his number. So I couldn't ring him, I couldn't chase him up, but got to 4:15, I was just on phone to Will and he turned up. I said, oh bloody hell, he's here. So I dashed outside. We had a test drive. He saw it mucky the other day because he just turned up without letting me know, but he was really impressed with it, to be fair. He said, oh, it's lovely, looks like a different car. He's test drove it, said it drives really well, it's exactly what we're after. He's a bit of a Volkswagen fan, he's had Volkswagen Golf GTIs and stuff. This is definitely what she wants. She's narrowed it down to an Up. This one drives really well. So he did say on test drive I've got a couple more to go see. When we got back here, he said they'd looked at a lot already and there's some shit out there, is what he said. I said, yeah, that's my thing. I said, honestly, I'm trying to build a reputation of being the good guy. You guys know what prep goes into my cars. He said, oh yeah, I can see that you've prepped it all and stuff. I said, yeah, it's all serviced, 2 keys, cam belt done. He hasn't pulled it on anything. So then he asked me, what's your best price? I said, there's no point me telling you what the best price is because you're going to go see the other 2 anyway. I said, so, you know, if I said to you I'm going to do XYZ price, you're just going to go to them and say, he's going to do XYZ, what are you going to do? So I said, I can't do that really. I said, if you're going to buy today, then we'll put something together, but you know, I'm not going to start discussing money unless you're going to buy it. I said, and to be fair, it is at Auto Trade, a good price already, and I've done the cam belt and water pump. So that's where we've kind of left it for now. I did say, look, you like the car, you want to buy a car, I want to sell a car. Is there anything we can do today? But he wanted to go see the other 2, so that is where we are at. He were worried that, he said, oh, I hope somebody don't come over at weekend. So I did say, well, you've got my number, drop me a text. I said, if somebody rings me tonight or over at weekend, I'll book them in, but I will let you know that they've booked in to come and see it. So then the ball's in your court. He's not dropped me a text yet, so I've still not got the guy's number, but that's where we've left it. So I'm hoping it goes, really, because I want to get back to auctions next week. I've obviously sold the Qashqai. Okay, I've got the Zafira back in. I've put that on Auto Trader today. I'm trying to do a will with that. I'm trying to sell it as quick as I can. Usually, I think that's a really, really good car. I've had a look on Auto Trader today. There's prices are kind of all over the place. My gut feeling is that should be 2,995 minimum. I think it'd do 3,295. But I've done a will. I've put it on cheap, put it on at 2,795, in the hope that it just goes this weekend, which would be really nice. It'd be nice to do a quick 48-hour sale. Like I say, if I could sell this, I've got some interest on the 500 today. I've got a lady wanting to come see the 500 as well, but I'm trying to get her into the weekend, but she was saying she's busy until next week, which is a shame, because I'd like to get rid of the Up, get rid of the 500, get rid of the Zafira, and then we can go to auction next week and hopefully make some good auction content, have a really good restock. I've been diesel heavy for a while, so we've got diesel, that Focus is a diesel, so I want to go back to what we started doing and getting back to the small petrols. So I've made a bit of a watch list today. I'm sort of looking at, I'd love another KA. I've always liked KAs, 500s, Fiestas, that kind of thing. But as we know, the trouble with them is they're just in demand at auction. I watched the auction, so the one earlier on in the video that I showed you, the blue one, 3-door, that were about 40 odd thousand miles, cap clean on it were 150 I think it was. I watched that go through auction the other day. It went for £5,000 at auction, plus fees. So you're looking at £5,500. Retail on it were only 5,800. So that's the trouble with the small petrols. They are nice to buy because they're easy to fix, cheap to run, all that kind of thing. They do sell. They're just very, very expensive for us traders to get hold of. So yeah, that is where we are at, ladies and gents. Good morning, sports fans. Friday morning. So I think it's about 9 o'clock. Yeah, it must be about 9 o'clock now. I've got a new car to show you. So I'll tell you the story first and then I'll show you the car. So Rich rang me last night, said, oh, I've got a neighbour whose mum's got dementia, she's giving up driving. He's got this car, he's run it through We Buy Any Car, showing 1,600 quid on We Buy Any Car. He's happy with 1,200 quid for it. I said, alright, okay, yeah. It's this car, it's got 28,000 miles, it's a one owner, full service history car. We've just picked it up now, it is absolutely mint. Drove back, absolutely like a new car. I thought we were going to need a clutch, to be honest. With it being an old person's car, I thought, oh, I bet it needs a clutch, but the clutch is absolutely bang on. Weirdly, he sent me the logbook last night and it had quite an unusual surname on it. And I said, he's not called this and this, and he ain't got a wife called this, has he? He says, yeah, that's it, do you know him? I says, yeah, and funnily enough it turned out that he used to be my sergeant when I were in police. So, unbelievable, just small world. So let's get on. Oh, straight after Rich had this phone call as well, and I said, yeah, I'll buy the car. Straight away I got a woman texting me. Hi, you've been recommended by a friend that's bought a car from you. Few people in Ossett are talking about you and have recommended you, which is perfect. That's nice, that's what I need. And we've looked at a load of bangers. What have you got in stock? I need a first car for my son, so I recommended the Up. She likes, apparently her son doesn't, but I think he will when he sees it. Showed her a Corsa, which is a possibility, and then I said I am getting this tomorrow, which has got 28,000 miles on it, in your budget. So she's really interested in that. I think she'll have it. So it's well under a budget, 28,000 miles. It's even got a full tank of juice. So I'm trying to beat Will. Will brags that he sells cars within 24 hours. I picked this up at 9 o'clock. I've got Rich on it, valeting it now. I'm hoping 1 o'clock she's coming. We can get a sale in the bag today. Let's go have a look at the car. There we go, we've got a little i10. I've not had this shape i10 before. I've had the newer shape, the 67 plate. And I was just talking to Will the other day. He's just sold that little 107, and I was having a conversation with him saying, I've never had one, I've never found a good one, or if I do find a good one, they're too expensive. But he said in his video that he don't like the 107s, Igos, C1s either. And I said, no, I think the i10s are a better car. Just drive better. engines are quieter. I think these are a better car personally. This is the 1.2 model. It's the classic, so quite a basic spec. It has got 2 keys. Let's have a look around the car first. There's a few little marks, so you know, there's a little, I think that'll polish out, to be honest. There's no fingernail thing, that'll polish out. That's nothing. I'm saying it does annoy me with Hyundai's how they bolt them in, because I'd normally take them off, spray behind nice and black, but you can't with these without jacking it all up, and I'm not going to that time. But bang on, plenty of grip on the tyres. Does need a set of reg plates. The reg plates are all cracked, so I'm going to order them now. A little bit of chip in there that just wants touching in. Slight crack on the back bumper here, which I'm hoping, you can't get your hand to it, but I was hoping to just push it out. So that's up for negotiation. I'm happy to do that. I've said 2,995 to her. I'm happy to do that for 2,995, or you know, do a little bit of negotiation if she wants it a bit cheaper. Door handles are all grey. They're going to look nice, all blacked up, and a little bit of few little marks around there. But again, it's all going to get waxed and polished today, and I think it's going to come up absolutely amazing. Again, front tyres are all good. Interior is very, very clean, really clean. Like I say, not particularly smelly. There's a few dog hairs in the back. Didn't expect Rich being with me today, to be honest, but he's volunteered to come down and help me out, which is awesome. So there you go, that's the little i10. Can we sell that in the next 4 hours? Picked up at 9 o'clock, can we get a sale at 1 o'clock? Let's see. So I've got the legend that is Rich helping me out. He's on with the i10. I've left him to get on with that one. There he is, hard at work, look. He's a bit lost because he hasn't brought his valeting gear today. It was a bit unplanned, so he's kind of using all my valeting gear, and we're all a bit OCD, you like your own stuff and you know where it is, etc. So I've left him getting on with that one. I'm over there, I'm getting on with the Up again. I've only watched this on what, Wednesday night, was it? So I'm on with the Up. I've just got a bit of snow foam on there, and the Corsa there as well. I'm going to do the Corsa. So this lady that's coming today wants something for her son who's just passed a test. These are the 3 things that I think will be suitable. I'm hoping she goes for the i10. So just had a little thought while I just did this. Quick insider tip for how to get the best deal on a used car. So I was thinking about that guy who's came to look at this the other day. Somebody just said to me, oh, didn't he buy it? Because everybody who walked past it said, bloody hell, that's a good car. He said, didn't he buy it? I said, drove it, loved it, he's seen a load of bangers, this is the best one he's seen, still wants to go look at a couple more. And as I said to you earlier in the video, he was trying to get my best price out of me, and I said, look, I'll discuss best price if you're going to take it today. But I said, you've asked me best price, but you've already told me you're going to go look at the other 2 anyway. So I said, once you've looked at the other 2, then we'll have a chat about price. So the insider tip is, if you want the best deal, be the easiest person to deal with. You know, you think of when you're selling a house, do you pick the person that's put the most money on the table but within a chain, or do you pick the cash buyer that's ready to go? Like me with that i10 this morning, I bought that without seeing it. I bought it on a phone call from Rich because it's convenience. The guy just wanted rid of it. He didn't want to go down to eBay any car and get kicked in teeth. He didn't want to put it on Facebook and have loads of messes around come. I bought it over the phone. Yep, I'll give you 1,200 quid for it. I'll come tomorrow morning, pick it up. If this guy had come to me, this is up at 4,295. That guy the other day wanted the best price. His way of getting the best price would have been said to me, Dan, I like the car, I've I've got the money now, we'll take it away today. 4 grand. I wouldn't have liked 4 grand. I think, you know, I've got it on an Auto Trader, good price, 4295, with it serviced, with it MOT'd, with the cam belt done. So it's worth 4295. But if he'd have said to me Wednesday, I've got 4 grand here, I'll take it today, I'd have probably took it. That would have been my bottom price. But he's messed me about now. He hasn't sent me his number like he said he was going to do. He's gone to look at a couple of others. Now I'm having to wash it again for somebody else to look at. Then he'll ring me over at weekend and say, oh, can I come take it Sunday? I'll have to wash it again. So that's my insider tip. Be the easiest person to deal with. Turn up with the cash. Turn up with 2 drivers. One to take the car home, one to take your car home. That's my insider tip to get the best deal on a used car.
Good morning, it's Saturday morning, so this is the morning after the test drives yesterday. So I just thought I'd wrap this video up with a little sort of index really. So yeah, we had the test drive, lady turned up with son, we picked the i10 up in the morning. I paid Rich a day's labour to get that prepped. I prepped the Up and the Corsa. We got them 3 ready. She turned up half an hour early at 12:30, so we were a bit pushed for time. She'd pushed me to get the i10. She'd purposely said to me, have you got anything for a young driver? I said, I have got this i10 coming in over the weekend. She went, oh, do you think you can get it for Friday? So I purposely got that in. Straight away they weren't really interested in that. Again, typical young lad thing of, it's just not a young lad's car, is it? They don't see logic, do it? They don't see that it's got 28,000 miles and cheap insurance, cheap tax, all that kind of thing. So he said he liked the Up more in person than he did on the pictures. He said, oh, that's actually a lot nicer than I expected in real life. So, but he really liked the Corsa, even though that's the worst car out of the 3 of them. But there you go. So mum liked the Up, lad liked the Corsa, so we went for a test drive in both. Yeah, both test drives went fine. They liked both cars. They both said, as soon as they turned up, they were like, so I'm a bit down, not down, but I'm a bit sort of thingy today. So I've had from the last video, we were really dead, no sales, no enquiries. This week, been buzzing again, been like really busy, loads of enquiries. Oh, can I come see you this Friday? Can I come see you this Wednesday? You know, we've had the viewing on the Up, we've had the lady that come yesterday. Then I was gonna had another lady wanting to come see the 500L, so I thought, right, we're back on, we're cruising again. So then yesterday it turned up, similar story to the guy with the Up. Oh, we've looked around, been looking for ages, seen loads of bangers, seen proper scruffy cars. Turned up, saw my 3, went, oh yeah, all 3 of them are really nice actually, so they liked all 3. Test drove the Up, test drove the Corsa. Liked both, the son preferred the Corsa. Didn't knock, you know, didn't question anything. Did question lots of things, but they didn't, you know, they were both in the right condition, both right mileage, in budget, all that sort of thing. Fit their criteria, fit what they were looking for. Wanted to buy from somebody that they trusted, and I'd come recommended. They've got friends that have bought cars off me. Anyway, got to the end, lad says, yeah, I really like the Corsa. Mum were a bit more hesitant, I think she liked the Up. But so that's just how it is. I said, that's what young lads do, you know. I said, young lads are always going to go to the Corsa. I said, you like the Up, I like the i10. I said, so we all like, you know, the 3 different cars. Out of the 3, we've all picked a different one. I said, but either way. So we agreed 2.6 on the Corsa, and then it just got really awkward. Like, mum like, are you sure? Are you sure? Do you like it though? Is it right for you? Blah blah blah. I could tell she was trying to talk him out of it really. So, and it just got a bit awkward. So I kind of took some pressure off. I said, look, go home, have a cup of tea, have a chat, and I'll send you my bank details. I'm free Sunday. if you want the car, £200 deposit secures the car, and give me a ring, let me know what time you want to pick it up Sunday. And I thought that was kind of the right thing to do, rather than putting pressure on. And you know, I thought I'll take some pressure off, make him feel comfortable, and that'll kind of clinch the deal. Anyway, long story short, I'm still waiting. It's Saturday morning, I've not heard anything last night, sent him my bank details, no deposit. So a very similar story to the Up. They've both seen loads of bangers, both come to me, found cars that they like, and no deposits. And then the 500L lady, she was really keen, loved that 500L, which I was saying to Rich yesterday, I said, if you can get rid of that 500L, get rid of the Up and the Corsa, that's sort of 8, 10, you know, 10 grand, 10.5 grand back in the pot to buy some more cars next week. So I've kind of gone from buzzing, and then I've heard nothing from the Up, heard nothing from the lady yesterday who test drove the 3 cars, and then the 500 lady messaged me saying, oh, can I cancel that appointment on Monday because my husband surprised me today, he's turned up with a car. So I've gone from having sort of hoping to get 10.5 grand worth of sales to nothing. But on the bright side, trying to be positive, at least I've had some enquiries, we've been busy, we've got a couple more cars in, there's a fader in the I-10 in, so hopefully the weekend will be fruitful. Thanks again for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure you like and subscribe to the video, to the channel. All the subscribers really help, and if you can comment, it helps bump me up the algorithm stuff. Right guys, thank you again for watching, have an awesome weekend, and keep in touch for another great video next week.